She went on her friend's podcast and claimed to be the secret mastermind behind my successful business. I said nothing. I just bought ad space on that same podcast. The host's next episode began with a pre-recorded message from my lawyer issuing a public retraction and a defamation warning. I, 31 male, run a meal prep software company that hit $3.2 million in revenue last year. My ex-girlfriend Bianca, 29, went on a podcast last week and claimed she was the secret genius behind everything. We dated for 2 years, broke up 8 months ago. During our relationship, she worked as a yoga instructor and sold essential oils on Instagram. Her total contribution to my business? She once suggested I should make the logo prettier and occasionally brought me coffee while I coded for 16 hours straight. The podcast episode dropped last Monday. My phone started blowing up around lunch. My business partner Jerome sent me the link with just T as the message. The podcast is called Boss Babes Building Empires, one of those entrepreneur inspiration shows with about 15K regular listeners. The host, Kendra, is Bianca's college roommate. I put in my earbuds and listened while eating my sad desk salad. The title of the episode, The Woman Who Built a Multi-Million-Dollar Empire from Her Bedroom. Some choice quotes from Bianca. People see Ethan as this tech genius, but honestly, he couldn't even figure out the basic business model without me. I designed the entire user experience. He just did the coding, which, let's be real, anyone can learn from YouTube. The meal planning algorithm everyone raves about? That was my idea. I basically had to explain to him how normal people eat. I never wanted credit because I'm not about ego, But women need to hear these stories. He begged me not to leave the company when we broke up, but I told him he needed to learn to stand on his own. The host ate it up. Wow, so you're telling me you built $1 million business and just walked away? 3 million, Bianca corrected. And yes, money isn't everything. Integrity is. I sat there listening to her describe board meetings she never attended, investment pitches she never saw, and code she couldn't read if her life depended on it. The funniest part? She described our Series A funding round in detail. We never did a Series A. I bootstrapped everything with my savings and revenue. But the part that actually pissed me off? She said she felt bad for me because I was struggling without her guidance, and the company was probably going to tank within the year. I finished my salad. Texted Jerome, handle the client calls today. I need to make some phone calls. First, I called my lawyer, Dominic. He's not one of those TV lawyers. He's a boring corporate attorney who reads contracts for fun. Dom, I need you to listen to something. I played him the highlights. I heard him typing. She's claiming ownership of intellectual property, making false statements about company performance, and implying financial involvement that never existed. This is defamation with actual malice. What's that mean in English? It means she's legally screwed if you want her to be. I want her to be. I'll need documentation showing she had no involvement in the company. I have everything. Employment records, equity agreements, literally every email she ever sent me about the business. How many emails was that? 4. Total. Over 2 years. He actually laughed. Send me everything. What outcome do you want? I want the truth out there. Publicly. I have an idea. How much does podcast advertising cost? Turns out, Kendra's podcast offers premium sponsor packages for $5K per episode. That gets you 3 pre-roll ad spots and 1 mid-roll. I bought the next 4 episodes, but I didn't want to run ads for my company. I had something better in mind. Update 1. While Dom was preparing the legal response, Bianca went into overdrive. She posted on LinkedIn, honored to share my entrepreneurial journey on Boss Babes Building Empires. Remember, ladies, your contributions matter, even when others try to diminish them. Women in Tech, Entrepreneur Girl Boss. It got 2,000 likes. People were calling her inspiring and brave. She started getting invited to other podcasts. Someone wanted her to speak at a Women in Business conference. A small investment firm reached out about her next venture. Meanwhile, I was documenting everything. I pulled up the incorporation documents for my company. Bianca's name appears 0 times. I found the GitHub repository showing every line of code, all with my commits, dating back 3 years before I even met her. I had the business bank records showing my initial $50K investment from my savings. The patent filings for the meal planning algorithm, filed 6 months before our first date. The best piece of evidence? A text from her to her friend Mackenzie from a year ago. Ethan's business is so boring. I don't understand why he spends all his time on that app. It's just food planning. Who cares? Dom was building a beautiful case file, but then Bianca escalated. She did an Instagram live where she said, "The truth is, I probably own 50% of that company legally. I just never pushed it because I'm not materialistic, but my lawyer friends are saying I should claim what's mine." That video got screen recorded by approximately everyone. Jerome texted me, "Bro, our investors are asking questions." 3 clients emailed asking if there was going to be leadership changes. 1 potential partner backed out of negotiations. She was actually damaging my business now. I called Dom. We need to move faster. Already on it. The podcast episode with our response goes live tomorrow. How did you manage that? Kendra was very responsive when I explained she could be named in a defamation suit for platforming false claims without fact-checking. I love boring lawyers. That night, Bianca posted a photo of herself at a fancy restaurant with the caption, "Celebrating new beginnings and the truth finally coming out. Big announcement soon." The comments were gold. "Yes, Queen, get that money. He could never have done it without you. Sue him for everything." I screenshotted all of it. Evidence file was getting thick. Update 2, I woke up at 5 a.m. to my phone buzzing. The new episode of Boss Babes Building Empires was live. The episode started normally, with Kendra's usual intro music. Then, before we begin today's episode, we have an important message from our sponsor. Dom's voice came through, clear and professional. "This is Dominic Castellano, attorney at Castellano & Associates, representing Ethan Morrison and Nutriplan Technologies. We are issuing this public notice regarding false and defamatory statements made in the episode dated last week's date. Miss Bianca Reeves has never been an employee, contractor, advisor, or equity holder in Nutriplan Technologies. She has never attended any business meetings, contributed to any code, designed any features, or provided any material business guidance. The following claims made by Miss Reeves are categorically false. She has never held any ownership stake in the company. She did not design the user experience or any other aspect of the product. She did not create or contribute to the meal planning algorithm, which was patented 6 months before Miss Reeves met Mr. Morrison. She has never attended any board meetings or investment discussions. The company has not sought Series A funding as claimed. These false statements constitute defamation per se under state law, as they impugn Mr. Morrison's professional reputation and falsely claim ownership of his intellectual property. We demand an immediate public retraction of all false claims. Failure to do so will result in legal action seeking damages, including but not limited to actual damages to Nutriplan Technologies' business reputation, punitive damages, and legal fees. This message will run in the next 4 episodes as per our advertising agreement. The full documentation disproving Miss Reeves' claims is available at the website displayed in the show notes. Thank you. Then Kendra's voice, sounding very different from her usual peppy self. Boss Babes Building Empires apologizes for failing to fact-check the claims made in our previous episode. We are committed to truth and accuracy in all our content. We have removed the episode in question and apologized to Mr. Morrison and Nutriplan Technologies for any harm caused. Then the regular episode started, with Kendra interviewing someone else about actual business stuff. She sounded like someone was holding her cat hostage. My phone exploded. Jerome. Holy shit, dude. My mom. What's happening? Bianca's mother just unfriended me on Facebook. Random number. This is Mackenzie. Is Bianca really getting sued? I checked LinkedIn. Bianca's post was gone. Her Instagram was private. But the internet is forever, and about 50 people had already screenshotted everything. By noon, the website Dom had set up had gotten 10K visits. It was beautiful. A simple timeline showing the company's founding, with documents proving everything. My favorite part was the screenshot of Bianca's text saying the business was boring, and she didn't understand it. Then came the phone call I was waiting for. Bianca, what the hell did you do? Protected my business. You're suing me? Not yet. That's just a warning. The conference canceled my speaking spot. The investment firm withdrew their interest. You've ruined everything. You ruined it yourself when you lied. I wasn't lying, I helped you. How? I was supportive. Being supportive doesn't make you a co-founder. You're such a petty little man. No wonder I left you. You left me because I caught you sexting your personal trainer. That's not relevant. Kind of like your involvement in my company. She screamed something incoherent and hung up. 20 minutes later, her mom called me. Patricia had always been intense. Ethan, sweetheart, I think there's been a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding. Bianca lied publicly about owning part of my company. She was just confused. You know how she is. She probably thought her emotional support counted as contribution. That's not how business works, Patricia. You're really going to sue her? After everything? After what exactly? After she loved you. She cheated on me. People make mistakes. You're going to destroy her over a little fib? It's defamation that's affecting my actual business. You always were too sensitive. No wonder she had to find comfort elsewhere. I hung up. But Patricia wasn't done. She went on Facebook and posted this masterpiece. Some people can't handle a strong woman getting recognition. My daughter built that company with her ideas and vision, while someone else just typed on a computer. Now he's using fancy lawyers to silence her. This is what misogyny looks like in 2024. It got absolutely roasted in the comments. My favorite was from my mom. Patricia, your daughter couldn't build a Lego set without instructions. Sit down. Update 3. Bianca tried to do damage control. She posted a YouTube video called My Truth, The Real Story. It was 45 minutes of her crying, rewriting history, and claiming she was being silenced by the patriarchy. Some highlights. She claimed I was abusive because I worked too much. She said she inspired me to start the company. I founded it a year before we met. She insisted her creative energy was what made the company successful. She said the lawyer message was harassment, and she was living in fear. The video got 100K views in 2 days. The comment section was brutal. Girl, just admit you lied. The website literally has receipts. You're done. This is embarrassing to watch. I'm a feminist, and even I think you're full of it. But some people believed her. She started getting donations on Venmo with messages like, "Fight the power," and "Don't let him silence you." Then she made a crucial mistake. She went on TikTok Live and someone asked her to explain the algorithm she supposedly created. Well, it's really complex. It uses machine learning to, learn about machines. Food machines. Food choices. Someone commented, "That's not how machine learning works." Excuse me, I created this system. It uses AI to artificial intelligence the meals. The clip went viral. AI to artificial intelligence the meals became a meme. Someone made a remix. It got 2 million views. Meanwhile, my actual business was recovering. Clients who'd been concerned after seeing the documentation. A few even increased their contracts, saying they appreciated how professionally I handled the situation. But Bianca wasn't done. She hired a lawyer. Not a good lawyer. Her cousin Trevor, who mostly did DUIs. He sent Dom a letter that was something. "Dear Mr. Castellano, my client, Ms. Reeves, demands immediate cessation of all harassment and defamation against her person. She has suffered emotional damages in the amount of $1 million due to your client's malicious prosecution of her truth. Furthermore, Ms. Reeves is entitled to her rightful share of Nutriplan Technologies, which she estimates at 50% based on her contributions of emotional labor, creative inspiration, feminine energy balancing, meal ideas, general support. If Mr. Morrison does not agree to mediation to transfer 50% equity and pay damages, we will file suit in court. Sincerely, Trevor Reeves-esque." Dom's response was one sentence. "Please see attached 127 pages of documentation proving your client's statements are false, along with our counterclaim for defamation damages of $500,000. Trevor never responded. Update 4. The universe has a sense of humor. Remember Bianca's personal trainer, the one she was sexting? His name is Brad. Brad apparently watched her YouTube video and decided to add his own perspective. He posted on Instagram, "Since everyone's sharing their truth, here's mine. Bianca Reeves told me she was single when we started training. Found out she had a boyfriend when he showed up at the gym. She also told me she was a CEO of a tech company. When I asked to see the website, she showed me his company and said she was letting him be the face of it. Girl is delusional. Sorry bro, Ethan Morrison. The internet went wild, but the best part was still coming. Kendra, the podcast host, was pissed. Her podcast lost 3K subscribers after the debacle. She decided to do a follow-up episode called The Importance of Fact-Checking, How I Got Duped. She invited me on. I initially said no, but Dom thought it could be useful. Control the narrative, he said. So I went on the podcast. First, I want to apologize. I should have verified Bianca's claims. I appreciate that. It's a learning experience for everyone. Can you walk us through what actually happened? I laid it out. Founded the company in 2021, met Bianca in 2022. She had zero involvement beyond occasionally asking when I'd be done working, showed the incorporation docs, the patents, everything. Why do you think she did this? Honestly, I think she wanted to be seen as more than a yoga instructor selling MLM products. Which is sad, because there's nothing wrong with being a yoga instructor. She didn't need to lie. Are you really going to sue her? Only if she continues making false claims. I just want this to end. What about the women who look up to her? That's what makes me angry. Real female entrepreneurs work their asses off. They code, they hustle, they build actual businesses. Bianca taking credit for work she didn't do is an insult to every woman who's actually done the work. The episode got 50K downloads in the first day. Bianca responded by posting an Instagram story. When you speak your truth and the world tries to destroy you, stay strong, queens. Her follower count was dropping by the hundreds every day. Update 5: Bianca's family staged an intervention. Not for her lying, for her being too honest. And threatening the family reputation. Her brother Marcus called me. Dude, can you just let this go? She's driving everyone insane. I have let it go. I'm not the one posting videos and stories every day. She says she can't stop until you admit she helped. She didn't help. Can't you just say she did? Like a little? No. What if she apologizes for lying or for cheating? For everything? She won't mean it. Yeah, you're probably right. Worth a shot though. Mom's making us all go to therapy because of this. Good luck with that. The therapy lasted exactly 1 session. According to Marcus, Bianca told the therapist that everyone was gaslighting her and she was the victim of a coordinated attack by the tech patriarchy. The therapist apparently suggested she might benefit from individual sessions to work on accountability and reality testing. Bianca stormed out. But the real downfall came from an unexpected source, the IRS. See, Bianca had been claiming on social media that she was a successful entrepreneur who built $1 million company. The IRS was interested in why this successful entrepreneur reported only $12K in income last year from yoga classes. I didn't report her. Didn't have to. When you publicly claim to own half of a $3 million company, the IRS tends to notice. She called me in a panic. Did you report me to the IRS? No. They're auditing me. They want to know about my business income. What business income? From the company. What company? Our company. We don't have a company. I have a company. This is your fault. You literally claimed to own it publicly, multiple times. I was speaking metaphorically. Tell that to the IRS. She hung up. Trevor, the lawyer cousin, posted on Facebook that he was no longer representing Bianca in any capacity and to please stop calling him. Final update, 1 month later. It's been a month since this all started, and I can finally say it's over. Bianca posted a final Instagram video. She looked tired. Defeated, even. Hi everyone. I wanted to address some things. I've done a lot of reflection and soul searching. I realized that I may have overstated my involvement in my ex's company. While I was emotionally supportive during our relationship, I was not involved in the actual business operations. She never actually apologized or admitted to lying, but it was close enough. The video got 5K views. The comments were turned off. She's moved back in with her parents. Her yoga classes have about 3 regular students now. The essential oil thing dried up when her upline dropped her for bringing negativity to the brand. Her LinkedIn now says she's a wellness consultant and life coach. No mention of tech or entrepreneurship. Kendra's podcast recovered and actually grew. She started a series on startup facts versus fiction, where she fact-checks entrepreneurial claims. She's thanked me publicly several times for being professional about the whole thing. My company is doing better than ever. The whole drama actually brought us attention from legitimate tech publications. We closed 2 major enterprise deals last month. Jerome jokes that Bianca's lies were the best marketing we never paid for. Well, except for that $20 in podcast ads. But worth every penny. Dom sent Bianca a final letter stating that as long as she maintains her retraction and makes no further false claims, we won't pursue legal action. She didn't respond, but she also hasn't posted anything about the company since. The IRS situation is ongoing from what I heard. Turns out, claiming to be a successful entrepreneur when you're not has tax implications. Who knew? Patricia still posts passive-aggressive memes about backstabbers and fake friends, but everyone ignores her. Marcus and I actually grab beer sometimes. He says Bianca is getting help but won't elaborate. He did mention she's banned from the family group chat after she tried to claim she invented the recipe for their grandmother's lasagna. Brad, the personal trainer, started dating Kendra, the podcast host. That wasn't on my bingo card, but here we are. As for me, I'm focused on my actual business. We're launching a new feature next month, one that Bianca definitely didn't inspire, design, or even know about. I learned a few things from this. 1. Document everything. You never know when someone will try to claim your work. 2. Boring lawyers are worth their weight in gold. 3. The truth doesn't need elaborate stories, it just needs receipts. 4. Some people will lie about anything for clout. 5. The IRS doesn't play around. To anyone dealing with someone claiming credit for your work, don't get mad, get documentation, then get a lawyer. And to Bianca, if you're reading this, and Marcus says you definitely are, you could have been successful on your own merit. You're actually a good yoga instructor when you're not trying to be something you're not. Stop lying, build something real. It's harder, but it's worth it. Also, AI doesn't artificial intelligence the meals. Please stop saying that.